Hey guys, so another episode here with Keys with Carrie. We've got a really special treat for y'all. We are joined by two phenomenal looking people who take their working out and dedication very seriously, as you can clearly tell. Let me just introduce you guys. So, what's your name?
I have my own mic. I'm Anastasia Ryder, women's professional bodybuilder, and this is
Arnold.
Arnold. Where are you from, Arnold?
Russia.
Russia's in the house. All right. Guy looks like he's from like a John Wick movie or something, right? So just going to ask him a couple questions around their health journey and inspirational, what's inspired them. So Anastasia,
Yes.
what would you say inspired you to start working out, and what made that happen for you?
originally 3 years ago. Originally, I worked in law enforcement. After I graduated college, I worked in law enforcement for 3 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And I started in the gym because I was very small, a teeny tiny little girl, and I didn't want to get beat up all day. And then I got more into the gym and more into fitness, and I just loved it. And eventually I realized that that was more of my true calling than law enforcement.
Okay.
I wanted to be able to help people directly and have a huge impact on their lives.
Yeah.
And I was able to do that through the gym, through fitness, through coaching, through all the people I got to meet at all the places I got to go through this. So that's really been my journey.
That's awesome. How long have you been actively working out as far as like lifting and maybe even competing as well?
I started working out when I was 17, but I wasn't doing it correctly. I didn't know what I was doing. I hired a coach when I was 25, and ever since then, 10 years now, I've been at it ever since. I turned pro 3 years ago, and
Congratulations.
Thank you. I had my most successful pro season last year, and
wow,
getting
awesome.
ready to start this one. Yeah.
Now, we know working out is not easy. I know I've taken my health journey seriously, I'd say last 12 months. What keeps you disciplined? What keeps both of you guys disciplined to come in even when the days you don't want to work out? Because it's not easy some days.
It's not, and I think earlier on in this journey, before I realized what it did for me, it was harder for me to stay motivated. But the more I got into it, the more I saw how it benefited not even just my health, but my mental health as well.
Yes.
It made me a better person. It made me calmer. It made me learn how to delay instant gratification, which I think is something a lot of people struggle with.
Yes.
I learned that you can put in work for years for something and not see results for years, but it's still worth your time. The time is going to pass anyway. It depends what you're doing with it.
Yeah, that's so true. The time is going to pass regardless, so why not make the most of it?
Exactly.
Right, absolutely. So you said you worked in law enforcement. You have any kind of crazy story that you could share with us of just something that really sticks out to you and you're like, wow, that was crazy?
You know, not too many that are very appropriate, but one of
I can appreciate it.
But one of my takeaways when I worked with these people was that they're all just people. And at some point in time, most of them just took a wrong step, but they're still people at the end of the day. And it's really kind of pushed what I do in here, because at this gym powerhouse where we are, we have a lot of people that come from the Salvation Army.
Oh, yes.
That were addicts that were trying to get their life back on track, and being able to meet people like that and kind of help put a little bit of a positive impact in their life to give them this direction rather than where they were at before really kind of brings it full circle with me with the law enforcement background, and then meeting with people that I see are headed that direction and able to kind of veer them into a better course.
Wow, that's inspiring, guys. That's amazing, because you love people and you care about them and you want to see them come onto the right path and kind of get off of the wrong path. So thank you for what you did there as well. And obviously what you guys are doing now. So you guys are married, husband and wife. How long you got? 2 years. Okay. Yes. So what's even though it's been a short 2 years, my wife and I have been 12. What's one thing that you guys do as a couple to really develop your communication and get stronger as a marriage?
We talk about everything. It's hard with the language barrier, but we really do. We communicate so well with each other. There's no secrets or mysteries between us. There's no, if somebody doesn't understand what somebody else said, we'll sit and talk about it. We talk about everything. That's the best advice I can give to people. Just communicate. Even the days you don't want to, or if it's something hard to talk about, if you can't be open with your partner, you're not going to have a real relationship with them.
I believe that too, and I'm glad you mentioned it, because communication is so important with your partner, and being able to be vulnerable with your love with your partner, right? If you can't be vulnerable with the one that you love and sleep with every night, then who can you be vulnerable with? And so I really respect that you guys have that marriage and you are continuing to work on, your relationship as well too.
Always.
What do you guys outside of the gym? What do you guys like to do for fun?
Well, this takes up a lot of our time. But we like to go to concerts. We like to be outside. He does a lot of art. He created this himself, actually. Turn around.
Tattoos, yeah.
He actually made this.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah, we're really into like art and music and stuff like that. So any chance we can get to be a part of something like that, we do.
Awesome. I got 2 more questions. So if you could go back in time, 5 years, 10 years, how old are you now?
35.
35. So if you can go back in time 5 or 10 years, what one piece of advice would you give yourself?
There's a lot of advice, but I think the most important advice I would give myself is to make sure that the relationships I'm pouring into are giving back in some way. And it's never going to be 50-50 or 100%, but because I love people, I'm like the type of person that's never met a stranger.
Yeah.
I would often...
I could tell when you met me, you were very...
Hello.
You guys are very nice. Thank you for that.
Of course.
That genuineness.
But I would often give and give and give and give to people and not get anything back at all. And I thought that I was okay with that. But then when I ended up being in need later on in life, I was alone. So after that, I learned to kind of make better decisions as far as the people I let close to me. So that would be my advice to myself.
Choosing your relationships carefully.
Yes.
Awesome. So how can people follow you guys as far as like what you've got going on right now? I know you're competing.
Mm-hmm.
How can folks follow you at home?
I am on Instagram under Anastasia Rider _IFBB Pro. And then you'll find him attached to that as well.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
I guess I'll leave you with this last question. What one impact would you want to leave on the world and even for the younger generation as well?
This is going to be a long-winded answer.
No, please.
When I was younger, I did volunteer work at a nursing home. And there was a little story that they used to print out and leave on every door. And it's about this little girl that's on a beach and she's picking up starfish and throwing them back in the ocean. There's a big storm. All these starfish are washed up on sea. And this guy walks up to her and he says, there's so many here, you're not going to make a difference. And she picked up one starfish and she threw it back in and she said, I made a difference to that one.
Wow.
So for me, I work with people, I coach people, I have a lot of people I mentor. If I can make even just a small difference in their life, I don't know where that's going to take them. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but I know that I did something that could benefit hundreds of thousands of people. So I try and make sure that I'm doing that every day that I can.
Wow. I love that because it is, even if you change one life, and get them on a better path, that's really.
And there's so many people they could be connected to. I work with a lot of, single moms and like parents and stuff like that. And this is sometimes the only time of day they have for themselves. But if I can build them up and give them self-esteem and make them feel good, then they can take that into their life with their family, with their job, with whatever they're doing. So I know that I'm making a little ripple effect that's going to affect so many more people.
Amazing. I myself was raised by a single mom, and I know it's not easy. It's not easy. No. And so to have a outlet like to come in here and work out and have a person like you to help mentally coach them through things, that's awesome. Great work.
Thank you. It means the world to me. It really does.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you tuning in and definitely tune in next time for the next episode. Keys with Carrie. We'll see you again.